Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mike here with Believe, Achieve, Succeed. Welcome to today's video. Today is Monday, March the 9th, 2020. And I just want to say that I'm having a great day. Today was really awesome for me. I got some things accomplished, got some good conversations going with some people, and now I'm ready to talk about today's topic. Because of these good conversations, I want to talk about communication and doing proper communication. You could do this with your partner, so boyfriend, girlfriend, or spouse, your children, friends, family, co-workers, everything. Here's a few things we could cover on it. And so I wrote my notes down here, so I'm going to be swiping on my phone and talking to you at the same time so I can remember everything I want to talk about. So just here's some things. These are five common mistakes that can hurt your relationship that you have with anybody. Okay, and if you want to check this article out, the article I got it from is from higherperspective.com. Feel free to check them out. And it is just five common mistakes that will hurt your relationship and how to avoid them. So as we all know, that communication is really important and probably the most key element to any loving, strong, and healthy relationship. But sometimes when we're trying to communicate with our friends, partners, whatever, the things can get jumbled. Things can get confusing or mixed up. Things may come out wrong, or we may react in a way that's negative because of what was said. So let's go ahead and start. Because like I said, we make mistakes and we say some careless words. Communications can be misinterpreted. So just take a deep breath, relax, slow down, and let's follow these advice. Number one, don't tune the person out while you're forming the opinion, right? While you're forming your opinion, right? So when you're talking to someone and you're communicating, it's not a cycle for you to hear just enough to form your response. If you're tuning them out and you're not paying 100% attention, you're in actuality disrespecting the person, right? So just focus, make that eye contact, show them that you're listening, and don't just listen to key phrases so you could formulate your opinion, because that's, people are going to end up picking up on it and they're not going to appreciate it, and it's going to cause problems. Number two, don't judge them. Okay, when you're trying to communicate, whether it's anything, good, bad, trying to work out an issue, they're trying to explain something good that happened to them in their day or something that's frustrating them or bothering them. The person you're talking to deserves better than judgments, and they deserve to be heard. And you totally will shut down potential solutions or potential congratulations when you judge. So try not to do that. I mean, it's difficult. Like, I have problems with some of these myself. So it's all about self-improvement on this channel, believing, achieving, and succeeding, right? So we're going to keep doing that. You need to actively and fully listen to what they're saying and don't judge, and it's a skill that we have to work on when it comes to active listening, active communications. So this isn't something that most people just inherently have and we're just born good at it, right? So as we're doing it, it could be a wonderful gift to give that friend or that partner or that family member. You set aside all your preconceived notions. You set aside all of your whatever's going on with you that day to actively engage them. Like I said, make that eye contact. Have good follow-up questions. You got to listen to the words that they're saying. Like, explore the meeting. And like I said, ask those probing questions to get what they're coming from, especially if you don't understand where they're coming from. You want that clarification so that way you don't misunderstand or misinterpret anything they're saying, right? And it's totally difficult. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, sometimes it's hard, because we want them to hear everything we're saying, and we think at times what we got to say is more important than the other person. And it may be true, may not be true, but we all think that what we got to say is more important than someone else. But let them talk and don't interrupt and just keep it going, right? Here's the fourth one. Don't make assumptions. Assumptions aren't going to help the situation, right? They detract from the truth. And, when we fabricate these truths in our head, meaning we assume something to be true, but it's not true. It's not the case. It exploits, I mean, we do it because it's part of our fear, whatever the fear may be, rejection, loneliness, anything. So don't make any assumptions. Don't assume. Don't jump the gun. You know, and because in this conversation, in this communication, by exploring the truth and all that comes with it, that's the way that the conversation is going to go good. It's going to be an amazing conclusion, right? And and it's just not worth the time. You know what I mean? Because when you make the assumptions and you waste your energy and your time on the assumptions, you have to deal with the fallout of that. There's going to be consequences when you assume. There's going to be a backlash, and you're responsible for that because you made the assumption. You have to deal with it. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth the agitation from your partner or your friend, right? And lastly, do not shut down or give the person the silent treatment. That's like the most confusing and disrespectful thing to do because it puts thoughts in someone's head. As discussion or argument heats up and you're getting pulled out of your comfort zone, articulate those feelings and explain that to your partner. Let them know that what they're saying could be hurtful to you or that you're uncomfortable with it, but don't give them the silent treatment. Don't completely shut down. It's totally fair to ask for a pause, take a break from the conversation or the discussion, rethink rethink your feelings, try to analyze what they're saying, and take that breather and then come back to the conversation. Don't leave the conversation overnight for the next day, 2 days later. You never want to go to sleep angry. And that's with any situation. Don't go to sleep angry because it's not going to do anything but let you dwell. And what happens when we're sleeping and we get that good, deep REM sleep? Whatever's at the forefront of our mind will have an impact on our dreams. And when we dream about the negative things that came from that conversation or came from that argument, it's going to make us wake up angry, salty, bitter, and even more frustrated and confused than before. And you could, when you're doing these things, you could preface the conversation by saying things that are letting the person you're communicating with know where you're coming from emotionally, where your mind is at. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to tell them, hey, it's not going good for me right now, And I just need to let you know where my head is at. So as we're talking about this, you know that I'm not meaning you any harm or any disrespect, And that's basically those 5 tips. And I got that article, like I said, I got this information off of higherperspective.com because when I do these videos, I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys good, sound advice from a credible resource, And they've taught me, higherperspective.com has taught me a lot of great things about how I am as a friend, as a partner, a communicator, just lots of good everyday living tips, So again, don't jump to conclusions and make assumptions when you're talking to someone. Don't judge them or prejudge them. Don't tune them out and ignore them. Always engage them, make that eye contact, ask the follow-up questions so they know that you're paying attention, and don't throw your opinion in. Let them say what they got to say so you could take it all in, and this is things that we all got to work on. I love to actively engage all of the people I'm communicating with, right? Do I shut people out? No. Have I ever been bad and just made assumptions? Yeah, like no one, again, we're all guilty of doing these things. What makes us different from others who are guilty of doing these things or being bad communicators or not communicating effectively is that we are making those attempts and those strives forward to get better at it and to change that around. I'm an extremely social person. Like I said before, I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. But I can't be like that if I'm going to be a bad communicator and a bad listener, So it's all about doing what's right in the communication with the other individual or the group of individuals. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be all good for us when we start to acknowledge and accept these things, right? So again, everybody, just keep in mind that when you're trying to communicate with somebody, be the best effective listener and communicator you can, because you want them to do the same thing for you when you're trying to convey something to them. All right, so that's it for today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the talk. I know there's a lot of things I'm going to be working on when it comes to me being a more effective communicator, because like I said, we all need improvement. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, please feel free to tap that subscribe button, like the video, please share it. And again, please leave some comments on the video or any other topics you'd like for me to talk about. And until tomorrow, you guys, remember to stay focused, stay positive, always keep on pushing to reach your goals, and know that I'm here for you, I love you, and I got your back. Have a good one, you guys.